You'll be delighted to know that we're joined today by the leading man of Salmon-nominated group Tumi and the Volume. And of course, last year they released their brand new album called Pick a Dream, which has been a delight for most fans across the world. Now check out their music video just before we talk to him.
Now when the money's in their system, ain't no telling them that they can go to prison for stuff that they be selling, cause it's in their blood, second nature. So they keep chasing to get paid and run, It ain't the code of the streets, it's the code of the meek that inherited embezzling and selling for cheap. From the thieves to the presidency and etc. We are drenched by the stench of extra currency. That's just how it be, we get by on a dream and only sleep 20 hours a week, trying to balance our needs against the company's greed, cause a working class hero is something to be. You hear the sound of the beat, start shuffling feet. Not me, that's the hustle siren. Teeth from the beer, you a puppet, old king. The ladder, but I gotta go get over all those things. I can't decide if it's the money that got the people going out of control. I can't decide if it's the money that put a low price tag on your soul. I can't decide if it's the money that got the people going out of control. I can't decide if it's the money that put a, the root of all evil, the do it all placebo. It's suitable to eat and it's the fruit of my people. The dietary supplement, the poor gotta be broke. Provided by your government, the suits get illegal. Troops keep it exclusively for the heroes of the struggle, so they hustle that B-E-E-O. That's what you will need of. They'll cut you a piece of the pie or cut you if there are no supplies. I can decide if it's just a disguise. Entrepreneur drive, pretending we alright. Get it at all jobs, spend what you don't got, but it can't settle the deficit you don't got. One free market rule, be heartless rude. These sharks don't bite, they chew. I can spit a whole lump for you, write a Bible, but even that's about how profits move. I can't decide if it's the money that got the people going out of control. I can't decide if it's the money that put a low price tag on your soul. I can't decide if it's the money that got the people going out of control. I can't decide if it's the money that got up and put up, it got up, oh. I can't decide if it's, I can't decide if it's the money. I can't decide if it's, I can't decide if it's the money. I can't decide if it's, I can't decide if it's the money. I can't decide if it's, I can't decide if it's the money. I can't decide if it's the money that got the people going out of control. I can't decide if it's the money that put a low price tag on your soul. I can't decide if it's the money that got the people going out of control. I can't decide if it's the money that got up and put up, it got up, oh.
That was the hit single from the album Pick a Dream. Of course, the leading man here with us this morning, Tumi from Tumi and the Volume. Dude, you've been having fun at the back there. You were playing rugby and you were actually winning. I'm surprised.
I wasn't playing.
You weren't playing?
It was business. It was completely, it was not games.
Well done on that. We'll actually reveal your score a bit later on. But let's talk about this album, Pick a Dream, recorded in Paris.
Yeah.
You know, for most of your fans, most proudly South African people will be like, you took your goods overseas and you recorded over there. Why? What would you have to say to them?
You know, for me, it's the sound. You know, it's the sound we're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the engineers that we worked with, some of the session musicians that we worked with as well, they were kind of familiar with where we were headed.
Yeah.
In terms of the sound, and so we kind of needed their help to do that. But still, I think a lot of the rhythms, a lot of the lyrics are still rooted and greatly inspired by what happens here.
Yeah.
You know?
But that sound that you've now been talking about, is it a new thing you guys have been heading for? What is that sound particularly?
Yeah, I think, you know, the sound has evolved for us. Like when we started, it was like more of a spoken word, you know, a band backing up you know, like a spoken word MC artist, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we did so many festivals over the years. It was like you can't really show up with a smoky jazz, you know what I mean?
Hey,
at
yo,
a festival.
here I am right
Trust
now.
me, right?
And, that's how I do. You can't do the show.
You gotta rock, right?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of influenced where we're headed.
Yeah.
The kind of shows we're doing, and also, we became a band as well, a unit.
Yeah.
Where before it was like they were backing me.
True.
We became a band, and that metamorphosis or that change was kind of like, we had to do it in this place with these amazing artists that we had met over the years, touring and whatnot. Yeah.
And is that also then the reason why the album was released overseas first before it came home?
Yeah, I think that was also just to pay homage to the place that we work the most.
Yeah.
It is our audience, you know what I mean? It is our primary audience. So...
Okay, all right, I get you.
If you sell wine and, people buy more of your South African wine in China, I'm pretty sure the flagship store is going to be in China, you know what I mean?
But I read somewhere that you describe yourself as a vocalist, and in that kind of definition, there's a broad sense that you're a vocalist, singer, and a rapper, and you do, those things together, and that's you rediscovered that passion while recording this album.
Well, I met this amazing artist from Reunion Island, Daniel Waru, and he explained to me. He gave me, really beautiful analogy. He said, if you go to Senegal and you see a chair, right? Yeah. You see like the embroidered and all this. It's a piece of art, but it's a chair.
Okay.
They sit on it.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a piece of art, beautiful, right? But it's functional art. And same with singing. He's like, when I think of singing, I always think of Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey,
Not that you can sing that high, no. No. Freddie Mercury,
real practitioners and masters of the instrument, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, think of your mom, think of your aunt, think of, funerals, weddings. Everyone sings, and it's functional. It's beautiful, it's art, but it's functional.
Okay.
And I took that approach, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, some things might not need the flow. You know what I mean? Some things just might need to be smoothed out a bit.
Dude, I was about to drop a beat because you were on a flow right now. He was about to drop a line.
Sir,
yeah.
But you know what I mean? I mean, that's.
But that is actually essentially what it's all about. But also, you're an MC, and MCs have a lot to say. You don't just write lyrics for rhyme purposes. There's a message that you're trying to convey. What's your message?
I think honesty, sincerity. I think for just to demystify it. It's always interesting to me to just be like, I might be on a podium, I might be on, the box, but
don't underestimate the power of that box.
No,
of
course not. No, of course not. Of course not. But my grandma's story is just as important as Kanye West's story of coming from nowhere, and you know what I mean, like the story of like of a suburban African housewife who's like, all expectations are, what African women are supposed to be like, and she's like, well, she watches reality TV the whole day, and she has Britney Spears aspirations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these are the realities. For me, it's like, what people call ordinary people. You know what I mean? Like that kind of their lives.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear that on radio. I'd love to see that on TV, to be like, when you tune in to TV or to any radio, you hear South African lives.
Yeah.
Through our music. That's.
Everybody's story is important. Yeah. And your story is evolving soon. You're getting married. Soon we'll be tongue there in the street. Are you doing the whole traditional thing?
Well, did that already.
Really?
Did that already.
You skipped past that already. How was that?
Did that already. That was beautiful. I think I finally understood what lobola means. Everyone, because you kind of think it's about its monetary value on people's lives. You know what I mean? But it's actually, it's simple. You don't go around impregnating people's daughters and not account for it.
True.
You need to account. And you might meet in some beautiful romantic place and have this beautiful, but this person is connected to a people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's important to know who, you know what I mean? That's part of her journey. And so, I think that's what you gain a family.
Yeah. What a man, what a brother. I'm sure right now, Uncle is sitting and saying, I'm China, you've done right. We are very proud, eh?
That's
very
expensive, though.
All right. Well, something that I think might make Tumi's wife very happy, or future wife to be very happy, is if she won this Elna 5200, because with this, she could probably sew his whole wardrobe and then some more. Here's all the details of how you could win it.
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.